When the auditors concluded that a qualified opinion is necessary, it obviously means there's something wrong in the financial statements that hasn't been resolved. It either hasn't been resolved because management can't resolve it, or it's wrong because management have chosen not to resolve it. So there's a disagreement with the auditor. There are three types of qualified opinion. You've got your qualified except for, an adverse opinion, and a disclaimer of opinion. Now, whether the auditor chooses to express a qualified except for, adverse or disclaimer will all depend on the severity of the issue at hand. When we're looking at the severity of the issue at hand, we then need to consider, well, first of all, it's material, because a qualified opinion would only ever be expressed where there's a material problem, but also consider the pervasiveness of the problem. So a qualified except for will be expressed where the auditor disagrees, for example, with an accounting treatment, or there's a disclosure note that is incorrect, or they've not been able to get sufficient appropriate audit evidence in a specific area, but that area is confined to certain elements of the financial statements. So that issue is not affecting multiple areas of the accounts. So I suppose you could say qualified except for is the least of the three evils. The next one is adverse, which is serious, because here the auditor is saying that the financial statements do not give a true and fair view or do not present fairly in all material respects. And that's where an issue is material and pervasive. So in contrast, a qualified except for opinion is expressed where the issue is material but not pervasive. An adverse opinion is expressed where the issue is material and pervasive. Then you've got a disclaimer of opinion, which is a bit of an oddity in terms of its title, really, because a disclaimer of opinion is not an opinion, because the auditor's disclaiming it. They can't form an opinion. Typical reasons for expressing a disclaimer of opinion would be the accounting records have been destroyed, so they're not able to get sufficient appropriate audit evidence, or the client is refusing to provide written representations on the financial statements. That would then give rise to a disclaimer of opinion, so the auditor's saying we can't form an opinion on those financial statements.